Good morning and Kalomina. It's December 1st, and in Greece, everyone greets each other with Kalomina, which is good month. Very important thing. And it was lovely listening when I've been out here in the garden this morning. One neighbor shouting across the street to the other, wishing them a good month. So I wish you Kalomina. As you could see by the panning of the bay, it's very cloudy, overcast, and windy, very windy. Last night we had a huge windstorm, and I was really anxious that our garden cover on the raised beds might have got destroyed, but it's just fine. So anyhow, I thought today would be a good time to show you progress on the garden, especially since tomorrow the temperature is supposed to plummet. Well, at least by Greek standards, plummet. So let's go down to the garden and take a look. You'll be surprised to see the progress. Let's go to the lettuce bed. These are the older beds, raised beds that are very established. So here's our lettuce, doing really, really well. And there's some dill there doing very nicely. And over here we have these. What I've been doing with these is cut and come again. So this is one that I have cut and it's regrown. It doesn't work as well with this romaine lettuce as it does with the more soft leaf lettuce. And then we have parsley over here. Parsley loves this cool weather. I use a lot of parsley. And then we have our onions, green onions. These won't bulb. These aren't to bulb. These are to use fresh. And my bed of arugula, or roca, it's called here, and spinach. And I use these a lot. These are excellent. In fact, it's a must to cut and come again. If you let them go, they get too big, then they get little holes in them. And I mean, arugula is kind of peppery tasting anyhow, but as they get big, they're really peppery. So the trick with this is to cut the big leaves. Don't ever pull it out. Cut them. So cut the big leaves, and they'll grow back instead of going too big and too sour. Bitter, not sour. So those are all doing well. Okay, I'm not going to take the cover off completely. I'm just going to take it off enough to do each section. Oh, we have some little cabbages here. How nice. Yanni, vlepis to cabbage? Oh, cabbage poslany. Lakana, vlepis to lakana. Megaloni. Pepeneerthas to salamina nafas. Inamavuithas. I'm saying to Yanni, which is Vasily's granddaughter's oldest son, and he's learning some English, as Greek children do. Greek children grow up learning English. I mean, Greek is only spoken in this little area of the world, so needs must. And most Greek children end up like Debbie, Vasily's granddaughter, she speaks English like a native. Of course, she grew up with me, so that helped. But she's also a very clever girl, and she worked hard. And French. I don't think she liked French very much, so I'm not sure if she still speaks some of it. But her children, of course, she speaks with them, so they will learn English as a matter of fact, but they will also learn it in school. Yanni, who I think is 4 or 5, is already learning. So we just want to pull out these little clover-like things so they don't overpower the cabbages. And I didn't plant a lot. I only planted 4 cabbages. And I think they only give you 1 head. I'm not sure. But years ago, we would plant them and then we would leave. We would leave in October for the States, where I would work during the winter while Vasily worked on the cruise ships. But then when we came back, we had nice, healthy, happy, full caterpillars because they just would eat it all up. I have some bitey holes, but I think those are just grasshoppers because there's no eggs on the leaves. That's what you have to look for, is the eggs on the leaves. Oh my gosh, I'm glad to get out here because today is the last of the exceptionally good weather we've been having. It's going to get really bad tomorrow. And then little, it's going to go up. And by Friday, it's supposed to be nice again, which is great because I have a lunch date with my girlfriends in Athens. So that will be super. I love gardening. I really do. It feeds my soul. And literally, it does. The good bacteria in the soil causes chemical changes and makes you feel happier and healthier. Oh my, it's a beautiful head of cabbage here. Yanni, όταν μεγαλώνει αυτό, θα στείλω για μάνα σου να φέρει στο σπίτι, να βλέπεις. Ή μπορείς να έρθεις εδώ, στο Salamina. I just told him when that got big enough, I would cut it, take it to the office where his mother and his grandmother work, and they could bring it home. Or he could even come here. These are doing really, really well. I'll have to, when I get further down, I'll check the broccoli. Okay, I've cleaned everything up, and time to put back. Here's another nice head of cabbage here. It's so pretty the way the water balls up on their velvety leaves. So, time to put the netting back and pray no moth got in there while I was doing this. That would not be good. This would be great because I can use it again next year. The tule may not last, but we miscalculated, and it's so inexpensive that I have enough to do it again. Get everything inside. You know, it's also, gardening to me is also like a hope for the future. You plant that little seed, and then you watch the miracle of it producing nourishing, edible food. I mean, that's just really cool, very cool. And I'm so grateful that I live in a climate where we have such a big growing period, and we also have very rich homa soil. And these raised beds that Vasily made for me are a godsend. You know, it's very handy having a husband who knows how to do those kind of things. The only thing I would say he doesn't know anything about is cars. He knows so little about cars, and neither do I. But he's very good at maintaining the car and taking it in on schedule and everything. So that takes care of it. I think in the 35 years I've been here, we have had 3 cars. Yep. And now I have a Nissan Note, which I love. It's just the right, it sits up high and you have good 360 vision, and it has a hatchback. So it's good for transporting things. You can fit, say, 5 people in the car and luggage, and it's easy and comfortable to drive and economical. It's very good on gasoline. So with the price of gas here, that's really important. I remember when I first came to, not to Europe, but to England, and everybody was complaining about the price of gas in England. And I looked and I thought, heck, it's much cheaper than in America. I forget what it was at the time. I wasn't driving, so it wasn't an issue, but I was noticing. And then I finally figured out that was per liter. Ours right now is under €2, which €1 is more than $1, so you can figure that out. I think one euro is like 125 in dollars, and we're paying like 180 for a liter, and there's, I think, about 4 liters in a gallon. So you can see why we have to have really economical engines on our cars. As long as we're out here, we might as well take a look at the rest of the yard. This I don't do much with in the wintertime. I do need to cut back those salvias. They're coming out. I really don't like them. I've already cut back my butterfly bush and these salvias, so they're good. Geraniums, still going good. And we've got some kind of, this looks like daffodils. Where'd you go? Yeah, that looks like daffodils. It's so warm they get a little confused. Here's the catmint. And this is my little herb garden here. Here I've got some thyme, oregano. I think these are irises coming up early. And this is my sage. Sage is one of my favorite herbs. I love cooking with sage. And I love coming out here and getting it. So oh, I have an addition. I made this little fire pit. I have all the wood from the broken olive tree branch. So I was asking the neighbor to come and cut it up and take it for his fireplace, but he hasn't done it, and I don't want to cut it up. So I thought, I'll make a fire pit. And if it doesn't rain tonight, I'll be out here making a fire and drinking a glass of brandy along with it. That's our little tour for today. Nice update on the garden. We'll be eating cabbage very soon. The broccoli seems to be a lot slower. Oh, and here we have 2 kitties. Yanni and Philippa, are you watching? Yanni kay Philippa, hello any gatas. Oof. Nah. Hello in a dingo. Hello, dingo. And it's in a schedyon mio ora, kay any ora yata fai totus. I'm telling the great-grandchildren that the cats are here. And this is, after only the other photo, dingo, Slick. Okay, Slick lives outside, and he has this little house here for when it's cold. But it's 1 o'clock, and everybody knows what time it is. Their tummies know what time it is. So I guess I better feed them. Hey, boys? Ah, my boys. My nice boy. Oh, he's the nicest of all my cats. He's so sweet. Doesn't matter what you do, he would never scratch you. Never. Troubles, on the other hand, if he's done being pet and you're still petting him, he will bite you. Not hard, but enough to say, I don't want any more. Okay, friends, thank you for joining me on the catch up of the garden. I hope you enjoyed seeing it. I hope everything's growing good in your garden. And if you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up and please subscribe. I love connecting with you. And put the bell so that you know when something's coming. They'll send you a little message. Or you don't have to hear the ding, but you can send you a message. But FYI, my videos always come out on Wednesday and Sunday. And usually they come out at 7 a.m. our time, which is midnight East Coast America. I love you all and I appreciate you, and we'll meet again soon. Ciao.